fellow knitters. This is Veronica, and you are on the All Yarns Considered channel. It's been a while. Last time I've recorded was in December, right before Christmas, and a lot of time has passed, and this is partly because we had our holidays, and partly because in the process of recording and editing my first 3 videos, I got very self-conscious and I started doubting myself. I was comparing myself with other more established YouTubers out there, and I just didn't like anything that I was doing or showing. However, I have a very encouraging partner, and he was very supportive of me and urged me to keep going and not giving up, because he saw how much I burn with the whole knitting thing and how much joy it actually brings me. So I listened. Plus, I thought about it quite a bit. Why am I doing this? As I said before, and I am doing this to gain knowledge and share of my projects. So I think that's a good reason. So here I am, recording my 4th episode. A lot of things have happened in terms of knitting, and a lot of wonderful news, and I can't wait to share it with you. So without further ado, I think I'll just get on to talk about knitting. All right, so obviously, one of the updates, multiple times I've told you that I have an aunt, and she is the family member that knits, and we talk quite frequently, and she was amazing. She sent me 2 packages of cone yarn, all sorts of colors, all sorts of compositions. I'm pretty sure it amounted all to about 40 kilograms of yarn, which currently is all stashed under my bed, in all the closets, pretty much everywhere. You'll see a lot of them in this episode. And I was like a kid in the candy store. I just didn't know. I felt overwhelmed, but at the same time very excited. I didn't know where to start, and I just wanted to knit everything and all at once. So this happened. I had one package arrive from her, which was this massive box, and then I had a second one coming, came in late January. And as I said, I felt like a kid in a candy store, and I found that my Christmas season has been very long because I just kept receiving these beautiful yarns, and I just kept trying these new combinations and just loving everything that I was receiving. As I said, the holiday season passed, and I feel like people that received Christmas gifts that were knitted by me were quite pleased, and every time they talk to me, they just want to tell me how much they are wearing all these garments and accessories that I've knitted, which brings me so much joy. Again, just because I'm not the most experienced knitter out there, but people still love it, so quite pleased with myself. So now that this is over, I've started focusing again on things that are knitted for myself, and just kind of trying to play with the yarn I've received and understanding it, and the trial and error period is quite fun. So yeah. So yes, okay, without further ado, the whole knitting thing. So I will start with my finished object, obviously. Last time I talked about my whips. I'm sure that I showed you this slipover. I'll get up so then you see it a little bit more. This is a pattern by Petit Knit. I've knitted it with 2 strands of wool and 1 of mohair. The wool was in, I would say, like lace weight, and obviously mohair is very thin. So it took me like 3 strands, so 2 of the wool and 1 of the mohair. I loved knitting on it. It's my first kind of slipover. I made it in size medium just because I've knitted a sample of it, and I just noticed that it shrunk. So I thought this wool might shrink, so I needed a little bit to knit it a little bit bigger. Plus, I like things a little bit more oversized on me, and I think it's a it was a great decision. I went skating in it, and I had kind of like a layer, the slipover, and then the hoodie on top. I was very surprised the fact that it didn't hold any moisture. So I was, obviously very active. So, I was worried like, oh, this old wool is gonna be like so like sweaty and like, ugh, not very fun. But it actually was fantastic. I didn't feel that I'm wearing anything heavy. I didn't feel that it held any moisture, and it kept me warm, and I was able to enjoy 2 hours of skating, no problem. In terms of the pattern, obviously I really like it. It's I think it's a pattern. It's called like a slip stitch or something. So it has like a little bit of a structure to it. It's not the simple stockinette. I don't know. I really liked it. It's like something also simple, but it gives it a little bit of texture, which I really like. And then the armholes and the V-neck is done with, like a tubular cast off, but it's just ribbing, purl one, knit one. Lessons learned. Next time I will know not to take so many stitches on the V part right here, just because I found that it kind of like makes this little pocket that like comes out. And I was talking about this with my aunt, and she told me that I could just potentially pin it together all the way where it kind of like starts parting, and that'll kind of like solve the issue, which I will probably do. I think it's a great idea without ripping it apart, trying to do something else. So I feel very comfortable in it. I think it's a great slipover, and I feel like I'll wear it for a very long time, given that it's a very neutral color. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. Kudos to Petit Knit for a great design. And yeah, that's basically one of the finished projects. Second one, I remember telling you how excited I was about this yarn, which is a Mr. Joe mohair. The color, it's incredible. It's quite true from what I see. It's quite true to the actual color, but it's Mr. Joe, and the article, it's Canterbury, and color 5523. So I've knitted again the Petit Knit Cumulus sweater in 2 strands of this, and I have so much more, which is great. because I feel like I can knit more and more with this. However, I think I said this before, but something about mohair and knitting with it, it's kind of chalk on, sorry, that's my phone, chalk on, like nails on the chalkboard. One thing though, I did switch to wooden needles, and I found that that felt a lot better. I just didn't have enough wood needles to do the arms, so I had to still do the arms with my steel needles, or stainless steel, I believe. Well, Goose. But whatever, you know. In the end, I made this beautiful, as I said, Cumulus sweater. It looks like this. It looks quite big, but as I said, I like things a little bit more oversized on me, and my intention for this was to have a very kind of like loose sweater that I can wear with like a slip dress, so like a silk dress on straps. If I can find one that has very similar color, it would be amazing to kind of like do a one-tone ensemble when I'll get to go somewhere. So overall, I'm very happy with it. I found the pattern easy to do. I feel like maybe I'll try and no, I actually really like the size, so I'm not gonna even do anything with it. I think it's great. I made it a little bit shorter, so it's not a very long sweater, but again, the intention was to wear it with a dress, and I find when you want, like, in my head, I wanted a dress, like a very kind of silky dress. The sweater could maybe fall on one shoulder, that's why the V-neck is so deep, right? And then the sleeves are very, like, I made them quite long because I want to have that effect of, you know, like slightly longer. So it's like you kind of have it like this, which I really like. So you have like, you know, this whole situation very well done. So yeah, overall, I'm very happy. As I said, I've knitted in 2 strands. I found that it's quite warm. So for example, if I were to go somewhere in the early spring or late spring here in Canada, I would be able to wear this without like any additional garments above. So yeah, overall, I was quite fun. I really like the I-cord finish. I find that it just gives everything just like a very nice looking end result. So yeah, so that's that. So I think that's it for my finished projects. Again, like I was quite busy. I feel like knitting, well, I was knitting a lot on the Christmas gifts, so I think I just needed a little bit of a break, just because I was so like go, 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 and I was at the end when all of this was done, I was kind of like took my time to make these 2 projects to the end, you know, so it feels good, looks good, and I'm not spending all this time just rushing through it. Again, I'm not the fastest knitter either, but I like that. I find you have to be able to just relax, breathe, and you know, enjoy. Plus, I was trying to be a little bit more active, given that in January here in Canada we had a quite cold month, although it's not that uncommon. The temperature was anywhere from -21 to, you know, -27, and that's without the wind chill. If you put that on top of you know, the temperature, then you get to minus 20 or 32. And I know it sounds quite crazy, but I think I just got used to it. And I promised myself that I'll be active even in these kinds of conditions, which I was. So I was more focusing on having my body active and just being outside. You know, twice daily with the dog, you have to get outside no matter the temperature. So I did a lot of that. That's my excuse. Now let's go to the whips. See what am I working on now. All right, so this is quite exciting. As I said, I got so much yarn. You can kind of see a little bit of them right here. These are just a couple of them. I have so much more, as I said. Maybe with time I'll keep, you know, showing you. But this is what I'm working on currently. I have started and finished one of the 2 tweed gloves. Where are the gloves by? Hold on. I will tell you exactly where they by, so then I can give the proper credits. So they're by Neolasa Design. Yeah, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I just found it. This is blocking right now. It's still quite damp, but I'll show you how it looks. I'm working on a set. Basically, what I'm trying to do is to have gloves, scarf, and hat. I have a bright red wool coat, and I thought like a set of neutral accessories would be quite fun to have for that coat. Because it's such a screaming coat, I wear it only on occasion, and I just didn't have anything that kind of looked good with it. You know, it always like I was wearing mismatched accessories, but that's kind of like where this whole inspiration came about. So I found the tweed gloves on Ravelry, and I started this project. So this is my first glove ever with like fingers. So I'm quite pleased of it. Like, look at this. Ta-da! I mean, it's quite cool. I've obviously learned some things. For example, like I feel like my hand kind of finishes, well, starts a little bit higher. So I would like probably do the ribbing higher by a little bit. So then this part, I have very tiny wrists. So this part is a little bit more snug onto me. I apologize about my phone. It's gonna keep going, so pardon. I don't think anyone cares. But anyway, yeah. So this is one. I still yet to do another one. I just wanted to like block it and see how it looks like. Again, as I said, like I wish I had like my ribbing go a little bit higher, but now I will have to knit the second one exactly the same, so I don't have like 2 mismatched gloves. But I'm quite happy with it, and I was like, given that like this kind of like I started noticing that it's like more than I need, when I started knitting my fingers, I just like kept trying it on to see like how long I have to go, because I found the pattern was for maybe a bigger hand than mine. I do have quite small hands, like they're like long fingers, but like my wrist is like tiny. Anyway, so yeah, this is kind of like what I'm doing. The yarn. Okay, so yarn. So this part, the ribbing part, I wanted to do, I got some yarn with elastin in it. So that's like the stretchy thing. Oh no. So this is how it looks like. And I'll show you how stretchy it is. So it's like this. So you can see there's quite enough stretch in that. So I got this yarn, which is Linea Pew. It's called Chaplain, and it's basically 19% silk, 12% alpaca, which is great because I wanted it for gloves and they need to be warm. Then I have 27% of merino wool. Then I have 22% polyamide cotton, and then 1% of elaston. But I just knew that it's like stretchy. So I basically took one strand of this and I've paired it with one strand of this guy. This is I'll tell you. This is all my aunt's notes. She was so kind that she just like wrote everything. You know, I didn't have to research it. So this is alpaca, baby alpaca, and then 35% baby alpaca, 35 mohair, and 30 polyamide. Great for strength, warmth, and fuzziness. So these two, right? Ding. And then I got this bad boy. Cool collar, eh? Very fine. So fine. Like, I'll show you. Like, this is how like thin the strand is. So I knew I had to double it. I didn't want to have like 4 strands, although like I should probably try to do something with 4 strands of this, but this guy is Lane Rossi, article Albany, and it's 100% merino. So again, I'm doing gloves. They have to be warm. I just finished telling you about the temperature, so I need them warm. And I just found it so soft and the color beautiful. So what I've done, I had 2 strands of these guys. Oh no, for the ribbing, I had 2 strands of this, yes. 1 strand of this guy and 1 strand of this. So, these 3 guys gave me this color right here. And then moving forward, because I made samples right before I started this glove, I liked it how it had a little bit more of a cool tone if I paired just these 2. So I like the cool tone of these 2 yarns together. So that whole combination gave me the body of the glove. So far, so good. I am happy with it. I'm gonna start on the second glove today. It will be my evening project. And yeah, I'm quite happy. Oh, needle size. I think I was on 2.5 millimeters. And I found that I think the pattern is asking for 3 millimeters, but I found that I need to go always down in size for my needles. Maybe because I'm knitting a bit too loose when it comes to gloves and socks. Just because I've learned a couple things about when I was doing socks, so I just immediately started with a smaller needle size. Boom. Cool. I'm excited. So imagine this with like simple, very long scarf. It's probably going to take me forever if I will keep the needle size. I'll have to experiment. And then the hat. Simple, like nothing too like crazy, no cabling or whatever. Although that would be fun too. Anyway, but that would be cool. So I'm excited. Next, I tried to diversify and I found the my favorite knitwear, no, my favorite things knitwear, right? You guys know about this website, and I really like their design. And I found the hold on. Oh, what's the name of the pattern? Okay, oh, I know. So it's sweater number 18. And new yarn, obviously. I had this guy. Take a look. I like it. I would say it's browner in real life. Well, this is quite true. I think it's like if I put it next to my gray, you can see how much brown it is. This guy, and it's inter-yarn. That's what it's called. But I don't really have the composition of it. I am thinking that is, let me see if I have maybe, no, I don't have any, like I don't know anything about it. I tried to find it, but I don't know. So if anyone knows what this yarn is made out of, I'm thinking it's some sort of, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know, but this is what I have. And when you want, I guess, like wind it looks like this, which I understood right away that it's this like soft, like the most soft like thing ever. So it looks like this, but I didn't want to like have it in two yarns. I feel like I've like done like so many two yarn thingies, so I just wanted this with something else. So then I had this yarn. Oh, hold on. Boom. Very cool. I cannot translate to you how soft this is. It probably looks like more kind of rougher, because I looked at it and I'm like, ugh, this is gonna be itchy. Started working with it. Oh my god, feels so good. Definitely worth a sweater. I can definitely do a kind of like a rolled up neck sweater. Ooh, hold on, I'm ripping this. Okay. So it's Linea Più. I don't know how to pronounce these names. I'm sorry. They're all like, the article is Incas. I'll put everything in the description so you'll know what I'm talking about. So it's 40% of alpaca, yay, 15 merino, and then 45 polyamide, which is great because of the strength that, you know, this gives us. So I pair the two. So again, they look like this together. And then I made the sample for the sweater number 18 from my favorite things knitwear. I just don't want to butcher this. I always do. So this is the pattern, and I obtained gauged right away. So I put one strand of mohairy strand and then one of the merino / alpaca wool. I think it's enough, although it's like a very, I would say like it's very kind of like translucent if you look at it. You can't really tell, but I find I'm gonna block it, I'm gonna wash it, I'm gonna block it, and I bet it's gonna bloom, and I bet it's gonna be like everything is gonna fill, and it's gonna be great. And just like check this out. I am so excited. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. Can you tell? I'm excited. So it's not a whip yet, but I am definitely starting this week. So you could consider it already a whip. I just made the sample and I am ready to go. So either the gloves tonight or this. It's either one. All right. And then I'm pretty sure I told you how I was still working on my champagne cardigan by Petit Knit. And I told you that I've started in this guy. So I have like 2 strands of the Lanificio dell'Oliva. No, this might be something else. I don't even know. To be honest, I don't know. Let me see if I was thorough enough to look at all of this. Yeah, so it's Lanificio dell'Olivo alpaca blend. It's kind of how it looks like. Ooh, I'm losing light, so I'm gonna try and hurry up. But it's 2 strands of this and 1 strand of white mohair. And it's great. Again, I am knitting it in size medium. If you remember my previous video, I made one in like green hue, and I found that with 2 washes, it shrunk. So that was size small. So I decided to make this one in size medium and longer. And I think if it does or if it doesn't shrink, I think it's gonna look great no matter what. But if it shrinks just a little bit, it's gonna be perfection. And I'm gonna pair it with some black buttons. So this is how far I got. I think it's pretty far. I'm gonna keep going until I obtain the length that I want. I'm knitting on 4.5 millimeter needles. So everything takes time because I'm choosing to knit everything so tiny and with smaller needles. But I feel like if I invest so much time in this hobby and I want to wear all the things that I want to wear, then they better look good and feel good. So this is kind of my motivation. Yeah, I think I showed you pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what I've done so far. I mean, I've been talking for 32 minutes, so I don't think that's very little things. But I'm excited for all these new projects. I hope next time I won't take as long. And while editing this video, I'm not gonna focus too much on all of the things that I do. I don't know. We'll see. Up until then, I hope you're well, no matter where you are. I'm looking forward to some slightly warmer weather, which I've already am feeling. We're in February and it's not minus 32 anymore, which is great. Outside there's still a lot of snow, so if I have any videos that I've like maybe filmed, I will insert them at the end so you can see. In general, like winter in Canada is long, but it's quite fun. I mean, lots of activities. As I said, like I went skating. I am outside pretty much every day. Last weekend, I went with a girlfriend of mine to a cottage, and it was just the 2 of us, and we had so much fun. We made fire, and sustained it. And I feel like that's a good life skill to have. We made handmade sushi, made margaritas, cookies. I mean, a combination of all sorts of cuisines, but we really liked it, and we had a good time. By the way, she is the person that received the kind of terracotta sweater that I've done. I think I've like was telling you about in like maybe episode 2, if I remember. And she loves it, and I feel like on her it looks so good because she has like a more tan looking skin tone. She's from Cuba, so the skin tone, everything is just like perfect for her. And I was so happy that she likes it, that she wore it. So yeah, quite exciting things. Let me know, what else do you want me to talk about? I mean, So far, I'm just talking to myself. But anyway, bye YouTube. Hope you're well.